To Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great and exceptional day. Today's word of the day is cycle. Stands for interval of time during which a regularly repeated event occurs, a single occurrence of a periodically repeated phenomenon. The reason why I chose this word today because in our lives we go through various cycles, various different aspects in various different ways. Talking to a variety of people, and I'm not a parent, but I remember, and I know every generation is different, but I think one of the biggest problems today with a lot of people's kids is that they don't have any fear in their heart of their parents. They don't have any fear in their heart of repercussions from society. And I don't care what any generation you're a part of. If you don't fear your parents in the sense of repercussions, I'm not saying that necessarily people don't have to get beaten or anything of that nature, but I will say that my generation, I feared my parents because they let me know that, hey, their word was the law, their word was bond, and if you tried to go against what they said, there was going to be some repercussions. And the problem is in today's society, especially with even certain laws, that doesn't allow parents to physically discipline their kids anymore. So therefore, I'm all for talking and trying to have a conversation, but eventually the conversations are not going to be had. Are not going to be listened to. And the thing is, if you don't deal with your child, society will, law enforcement will, school systems will, and because a lot of times that when kids are allowed to, by certain parents, not all parents, some but not, as Zoe Williams would say, they are allowed to get away with cussing the parents out, breaking stuff in the house. I remember seeing a video where a young man busted because his mother took a cell phone from him. He busted up the whole apartment, literally must have had a sledgehammer because the toilet was busted, the sink was busted, all the mirrors were busted. Everything in the house is busted, and kid had no fear of repercussions. And like I said, my generation, not everybody was perfect, but a lot of us had fear of repercussions. So I'll leave it at that. So, but anyways, I use that example because if you don't create a cycle for your kids to deal with repercussions when they do something wrong, then all I got to say is society will, and you don't want society to deal with them because the repercussions of that can be prison or death. You do the math, and that's not me making it up. It's not me sitting on my soapbox and my high horse. It's me just telling it like it is. So I'll leave it at that. Today's quote of the day is by Diddy. He says, "Pay attention to whom your energy increases and decreases around." That's the universe giving you a hint of who you should embrace and who you should keep away from you. And I always say, I'm a big proponent of being around people that are an asset. Either an asset, you're fun to be around, you're an asset because you have great information, or you're an asset because you are about making money and doing business. If you don't fall in those specific three categories, then there's no point of you being in my life. Because joy that's why I love watching comedians and going to their shows. Like I just went to the Godfrey show 2 weeks ago. To be able to have joy in one's life is a life without joy, a life without laughter is a life not worth living. But if you go out of your way to not be some sort of inspiration, to be a Debbie Downer, party pooper, always screaming, talking about negative town, how much your life sucks, then eventually I'm not going to want to be around you anymore because it's hard enough for me and everybody else on this planet to try to live a nice and positive life. All right. So on that note, do the great thing for things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as I always say, make money moves or you're going to live, bro, like a fool. Take care.